Hello everyone, happy holidays. The following video is going to be a short review of the somewhat popular app called Lose It, and this app is available on Android and iOS. Currently I'm reviewing the iOS version, but for both platforms it should work the same way. Recently I made a much longer video, around 20 minutes long, regarding this application, and I decided to make this shorter video for those who don't have time to watch an entire 20-minute video about just one application. And so to make things short and sweet, I'm just going to go right into it. This application is a calorie tracker for your daily activities. Your calories based on daily intake changes depending on what food you eat and what kind of exercise you do. So what this application does is that it allows you to keep track of what food you eat and what exercises you do, and by doing that it helps you lose weight. And I know that New Year's is coming around, and one of the very popular New Year's resolutions is to lose weight, and that is why I've decided to talk about this application. This application has my day, log, motivate, goals, and more. I'm just going to focus on the main function of this application. You can learn more about it on their website or on Android's app website. The best thing about this application is that it has a large database of food and exercises. So let's go to foods right now. The first thing you're going to see is you can categorize into breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Say I want to have a snack right now. I can go to search foods and I can search whatever I want, say like a cookie. Or I don't even have to type the whole thing, I can just say cookie, and it will have a lot of different kinds of cookies for you to choose from. And that is one of the main strong points of this application, is its large database. After you find the food that you want to add, such as what I said earlier, say I want to add a trail mix cookie, I'll be greeted with the servings, or depending on the measurement, sometimes it's teaspoons, tablespoons, cups, or pieces, depending on what you're eating, or grams. So I add one serving and it'll automatically count all the calories for you, and you can add it in. And at this point you can see that it is added into your daily intake. And how this works is that by adding foods and adding exercises, you can show how much calories you have and how many calories you are for under budget. What they do is that they give you a budget every day for how many calories you can eat at a maximum, and by doing that it allows you to limit how much food you eat, and as long as you stay under that budget you will be able to lose around 1 to 2 pounds a week, or if you just want to maintain your weight, you will be able to maintain it. That is the philosophy around this. Like I mentioned in the longer video, which I'll put a link in the description, everybody's body is different, so it really depends on the person. Let's go into add exercises, and that is more, even more variety. They have a lot of different exercises, from sledding, gymnastics, scuba diving. The one I use the most is swimming, because I'm a swimmer and I like using that very much. They even have Wii Fit for the calories and their calculations. So say I play some Wii Fit for a while, and then I'll be greeted with this time, and say I play an hour of it. It will automatically show how many calories I've burned, which in that case it will show as exercise. And then at this point you can see the food, which was congee or trail mix cookie turkey, and the exercise, which is minus 277. That gives us the net weight of 885, and it is under the limit that I have today. And currently my budget is 1,766, and everybody's budget changes depending on what kind of goal they have. What they get you do is, from the beginning they have you put in your current weight and the weight you want to achieve, and then they'll give you a set time for how long it takes to achieve it. You can check your progress by going here, and what we have here is starting from the beginning, which was my beginning weight was 211, and my current weight, which is 194. And you also have different views, such as 1 month and 1 week, as well as 3 months. and this is currently from November to December. So I've only been doing this for around a month, over a month, and I already lost 17 pounds. Like I mentioned before, I think this app is great, but it really depends on you, and it is best to try it. It takes a bit of conditioning. You have to be very strict in the beginning. Eventually you'll get used to it. So that's what the goals tab is. We have the logs, which I showed you earlier, and lastly we have my day, which gives you an overview of how you're doing. So as you can see, Wednesday was I think somewhere near Christmas, and of course I just had a large Christmas dinner and I couldn't stay under the limit. But as you can see, you can check to make sure how you've been doing every week, and you can see here also that it stops at the point where I started. And another thing to look out for is how in the beginning my budget was at 1855, and as I lose more weight the budget shrinks. So that's based on the philosophy of how the more weight you lose, the less you have to eat to continue to lose weight, which is why it shrinks to now, which is around 1767. It also shows every week how many calories I have that are under budget, or in this case over budget. This is probably because of just lately how much I've been eating because of the holidays, which is quite unavoidable. And we also can look at our nutrients such as fats, carbohydrates, and look at the specific day as well as the week. And that's pretty much all we have for today. We also have some food. You can make some custom foods, such if you feel like it, or if the food is not in the database, you can make it. You also have common exercises that I do, which are listed here, and you can have custom exercises, recipes, such as recipes are like different foods put together, and you can just choose it instead of choosing it separately. And finally, we have nutrition preference, and we have the most common ones: fat, carbohydrate, and protein, which is found on the nutrition label, but you can also add other things if you want. And that is pretty much the basics of this. If you want to learn more or gain more of an insight of what I believe will help you achieve whatever goal you want to achieve using this application, I suggest you look at my longer video. But for now, that is all I have, and I went through it really quick. There's other stuff such as badges, and there's also friends where you can compare with other people to see how you've been doing, and it's also a way of motivating each other. But when we look at the basics of this application, it's just adding the food that you've done and adding the exercises that you've done and trying to stay within the budget. That is the basis of this application and its function. Hopefully you can try and comment and tell me how you've been doing. It really changes for everybody, so keep that in mind, and don't lose hope or give up too easily, because it does take a while to get used to. I think it might be very beneficial for many of those who are trying to lose weight for the new year, or just in general, based on my personal experience. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Please leave your comments or like if I've helped you, and any questions about this application or my channel in general, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.